All right, good evening. This is the July South Suburban Community Computer Club meeting, and we're here tonight to try and cover some topics about what AI can do for seniors. I'm going to open up the floor to any questions, problems, opinions, comments, etc., that are relevant to the computers. Anybody got anything to say?
Well, let me just ask about, I can't remember when, but probably many months ago, Sanford had a meeting about ChatGPT, and he demoed some stuff.
Huh. That,
I never signed up for anything. Can you still just go online and just sign up for ChatGPT right now, or is it still the way it works?
yeah, you can use it for free. You don't have to pay a fee. Yeah, we got somebody. But offhand, the meeting you're talking about for Chat GTP was February of last year.
Yeah. I never tried to
That,
sign up
yeah,
or
I know.
anything.
That's only a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But
Time flies.
And the address on that is open.ai yet? Is that still
yeah,
the
that's
URL?
that's still
Yeah.
AI. It's
Open.ai, yeah.
and Microsoft was a observer. They said position, and recently they gave that position up because uh, the government regulators are doing a lot of scrutiny about antitrust and anti-competitiveness. So they didn't want trouble, so they relinquished the observer position to let somebody else do it, since they felt strongly that the new board is going in the right direction. Because they had fired the old board, fired Altman. They couldn't do much of anything constructive, and Altman got his job back, and I guess a whole new board. Anybody got anything else?
Well, I thought it was interesting when you sent out the notice for today's meeting. I read the first three items, and the first item said the impact of AI on elderly care, a game changer. Something very positive. And the second item says the West Vancouver seniors paired up with AI robots, something very positive. And then I read the third item and it says, beware! Exclamation point.
I did.
AI, artificial intelligence, and the new scam to seniors. And I mean, oh, what a
Hey, wait a
contradiction.
minute. I did that last month too. You have to put out warnings. If you say everything's positive and everything's great, you're not doing your job.
Okay.
There's,
AI is
there's,
used by the criminals, and they're fleecing people even more and more than they were prior to general availability of AI tools.
Oh,
one of the things in the past many times you could kind of discern that something was a scam because it comes from overseas and their uh, handling of the English language would be very awkward. And so you know that it's not really coming from IBM or it's not really coming from Microsoft or whatever because the English is all broken up. But now they take and they tell the AI what they want and how they want it, and AI writes them a letter perfect document
hmm.
that sounds very professional, and they send that out, and there's no way of telling really that what it is,
Yeah,
uh,
they're
that it's a fake.
and
You know,
related to that, some of them have links that go to a fake website that really looks like the real thing. Sometimes they make goofs there as well, but the AI tools are helping them create almost perfect websites now.
Yeah.
And all they're doing is getting you to log in, and they've got your username and password, and they can hijack your account, do illegal things on your account, and it's the
Mm,
U.S. Marshals that come knocking at your door.
mm,
And they'll seize your computer. They'll arrest you for a time. If they're convinced it isn't you that really did it, it was somebody who took over your machine. They'll put it through forensics, probably in the FBI. And bottom line is, you'll never see the machine again. So
mm.
anything of value on that machine that you don't have a backup copy of, tough luck. And that's how people are getting their bank accounts all drained. Now, some of the stuff gets covered, but not everything, because there are a lot of people. I even remember when I was working, they didn't believe in the stock market. Many of them didn't believe in the bond market. And so they wanted everything either in cash in their home, cash in a savings account, or they might venture into CDs. But that was about it. And you have a limit of FDIC insurance of $250,000. If you exceed that, say you got $10 million basically in cash in the bank, you may only see $250,000 back, and the rest is history. It's like using a debit card. Debit card has no purchase protection, whereas a credit card does. So you got to watch what the heck you're doing and be suspicious of everything. That's why I put in a negative one, because they are relevant to the topic.
Mhm.
That's delivered. I've got one thing that I'm bringing up tonight in this section, even though it's on my articles. Let's see if I can get this to come up and play nice. Oh, shoot. Well, I had it up, but then I clicked on, by accident, the wrong thing. God dang it, did I do it again? Jeez Louise. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. Dang it. Uh, Oops, come on.
We're looking at your screen, Tim.
I'm not.
We're seeing it.
No, hey, I got two screens here on four computers. That's the way I work. I have to record my own stuff. I got to do everything as the host. Whereas Sanford and Ed, I do the recordings usually as a participant, and they do the meeting. All right, now I came up against a computer, and I've still got the problem. That had a problem, but I found something interesting, and I learned a couple new things that I hadn't heard about before. And this is to do with 10 and 11 on some computers. They put themselves to sleep to conserve energy, not damage your display screens, etc. And bottom line is they end up taking and not waking up all the time. Other systems will not go to sleep no matter what you want to do. And it will stay on 24/7 if you let it go. But I thought I would bring this up in case somebody else has a need. Allow your keyboard and mouse to wake up on a PC. I never heard of this one before. But apparently, if now they're showing you here using a run box to bring up device management, you can bring it up with a right click on the start button in administrator mode, but it won't work. It'll show you what's there, but it won't allow you to change anything in standard user mode. So you have that, and you find the keyboard and the mouse underneath it. And they say bring up the keyboard devices here, and you're going to double click it, check the power management, and make sure there's a check mark here to run the device is awake for the computer. So if you touch a key on the keyboard and you do the same thing basically on the mouse and move the mouse, it'll wake up your device. And of all the computers I've got one right now that's giving me a migraine. The next thing they suggest is self-promoting. Update your device drivers, and it's more than just drivers. You have not only drivers, you may have to update BIOS, and you may have HDMI firmware or similar output video device firmware settings that may need updating. I don't use this a particular one. I don't know how good it is. A lot of them want you to pay money. I use two that I can use free with some restrictions. I've got everything. Plus, I went out to the manufacturer's site and I got everything up to date that I can get up to date. So I don't know what the heck they want. Going down further, 3, turn off fast startup. For those of us that are in the Linux, a lot of times we have to turn off fast startup on the computer to make Linux work. Otherwise, it may get an upset stomach, so to speak, and not work right. So, or work at all, as far as that goes. So that's another that I'm very familiar with. So is Bob Premick. Re-enable hibernation. Now, this one threw me a little bit. My hibernation was off. So I toggled it on, then I toggled it back off. It didn't make a change. The only thing I can think of in that one there would be to toggle it on, reboot the computer, and then go back in and toggle it off, which I haven't done yet. Then you have tweak power settings. This one I did. This is there's kind of a couple ways of doing this, but basically speaking, you can do this power config.cpl command in a run box. And this one's set to high performance in the demo. And they're saying click on change the settings. You come up to this one here and go change advanced settings, which gives you this primitive looking little dialog box. You expand sleep, and under the second item, expand that. It's called allow hybrid sleep. It's usually on. They suggest turning it off. I did, and it hasn't made a difference. They also suggest check allow wake timer settings. That was enabled, and I left it enabled. So that's a new one there about turning off that one. So there's 2 surprises I got in there. File system repair. This one uses a different product. I don't use this one in particular. I use SFC space scan now, well, slash scan now, that's built into Windows 10 and 11. And I also use check disk. No problems. So I also got onto Copilot, which I have brought up in the past. They're denigrating the troubleshooters in 10 and 11, and they'll eventually disappear. The only troubleshooter you can do will be AI itself. And uh, I'm on my second, or yeah, in this particular problem, I'm in my second series. I did a first series. I had already done half of what they suggested. I did the other half, nothing. So then I refined my search, leaving the old one there, and I had it give me some more suggestions. I went through them, and that includes power config from the command prompt, administrator mode. You put in a power CFG blank space hyphen request. It came back with various system things that might be requesting the power configuration, but only one out of that had anything. Everything else was blank, and the one that was in there was legacy kernel mode or something like that. And that one I have not figured out exactly what it was trying to say. The kernel in Linux users is really the operating system with everything else supporting it. Whereas in Windows, you have a limited kernel, and you bring in device drivers, and you bring in the registry, and you bring in other support pieces of software to make the whole OS work the way you need it to work on your system. And so exactly what it was trying to tell me, I haven't figured out yet. But I thought I'd bring this up. It is a real problem with some people. Uh, Under the research from Copilot, one of the things they brought up was a Reddit article uh, that was referring to a person with a Nux version 11, and he was having all kinds of problems, and other people piped in. It was all on one page, so there really was no solution there. One person was being a wisecracker, though, I will say that. And it's unfortunate, but sometimes you run into things that it's impossible on Windows-based PCs to cover everything that can happen because of all the different manufacturers. Some of them don't follow exactly the guidelines of Microsoft, and they try and take shortcuts. They do the same kind of shortcuts on the quality of the products they create too, in the value of the products, the components on the motherboard that they may use. Long time ago, about 15 years ago, the problem was electrolytics that were blowing out on everybody's motherboards all over the place, because everybody bought these cheap things from some manufacturer and found out, hey, they're a little too cheap. So if you knew what you were doing with electronics and soldering, you could pull out the old ones if you wanted to go through it, get new ones that had a higher voltage rating, solder them in, clip off the excess lead, and there's a chance the whole thing would work again. But it wasn't guaranteed. it blowing out those caps can cause other circuitry damage you can't see, let alone maybe fix. So that's the way the ball bounces. Anybody got any comments on this, Bob?
I did a brief search about legacy kernel mode, and legacy kernel mode refers to some drivers that operate in a different mode from the way drivers operate normally in modern Windows. So there are kernel mode drivers, and there are drivers which are not kernel mode. We run into that in Linux as well.
Well, offhand, whatever it was, I was running in safe boot mode. So what that legacy is all about, I don't know. But I'm assuming it wasn't part of the problem, since I've still got the problem, and I'll just have to try and keep hammering away at it and see if I can get it resolved.
When you first started talking about this problem, it seemed to say, I thought it said that the problem has happened in Windows all the way back to Windows 7, 8.1.
No,
And,
no, no. You're out of context. This is
oh, yeah.
a 10 and 11 problem. It's a known problem, and lots of people have it. I said that if you had a different, forget now my train of thought on that particular topic, but this was in relation to if you go to end of life on the operating system and you keep using it, it's like using Windows XP on an old machine right now, Windows 7 on an old machine right now, Windows 8, 8.1, because they're all dead OSs. Well, 10's going to be that way in about 14 months. Unless you pay out money to get 1, 2 to 3 years of security updates only, nothing else. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else that anybody wants to bring up in the open forum area? Okay. Then since you guys are so lively, I'll go on. I have here several YouTube videos, all but one of them directly relates to seniors using and benefiting from AI, with one video as a warning. And they're not, most of them are not that long. I've only got 2 that exceed 10 minutes. And those, the one I might go ahead, it's 15, but the other one is at the end, and that thing is almost 30 minutes long, which I won't go through much of that one. And good old Zoom. Hang loose. There's a setting. Son of a gun. I thought this was set. Well, that was my mistake. All right. Now let's try that again.
In a world where technology rapidly evolves, there's a potent shift in who can benefit from these advancements. Progress is ongoing, and a new dawn is here, where age isn't a barrier to embracing the digital revolution. Today, we explore a space where technology and humanity coalesce: senior care. Once a concept confined to science fiction, AI is now a reality reshaping our world. However, its most impactful use is in care. We're discussing a generation that didn't grow up with technology, yet benefits from the AI revolution. One such AI application is ChatGPT, an AI model that generates human-like text used in healthcare. The belief that technology is only for the young is changing, as more seniors are embracing AI. Over half of Americans aged 65 and up are using AI technology. It's not just about staying connected, it's about enhancing quality of life and maintaining AI assists in health monitoring, medication management, and emergency detection. As AI technology advances, the potential for senior care is immense, but let's not jump ahead. It's time to dispel myths and examine how AI truly benefits seniors. Let's delve into AI in senior care, exploring the innovations and the potential of this technology. So, join us on this journey as we uncover the transformative power of AI in senior care. Isolation is a significant challenge for seniors, especially those living alone. With a rapidly growing digital age, a sense of human connection can seem scarce. Thanks to AI, this loneliness can be addressed. AI-powered virtual assistants and chatbots are fast becoming essential in senior living. They are not just gadgets, they are lifelines. They provide comfort, companionship, and even engage in meaningful conversations. These AI companions are highly adaptive. They learn and adjust their interactions according to individual preferences. Love classical music? Your AI buddy might play Bach. Prefer mysteries? It might suggest a new thriller. AI companions are more than tools, they're true companions. They offer emotional support, recognizing signs of stress, and responding with calming solutions. They're there to remind seniors they're not alone. These technologies also support seniors with health conditions. For example, AI companions can assist Alzheimer's patients with tailored advice and memory aid. The notion of bonding with a machine might seem odd, but for many seniors, these AI companions are a comfort and promote independence. They transform isolation into connection and uncertainty into assurance. These technologies are even offering tailored advice for those with conditions like Alzheimer's. Having considered the practical applications of AI in the realm of mental wellness for seniors, let's delve into the technical side of how AI supports mental health in senior care. The true power of AI lies in its advanced algorithms that analyze, learn from, and make decisions based on data from various sources. This data customization determines mental health care by recognizing patterns and predicting potential issues. Machine learning, a subset of AI, allows systems to learn and improve from past experiences, using historical data to predict future patterns, mood swings, or potential depressive episodes. These predictions offer early intervention opportunities. Another key technology is natural language processing, or NLP, which allows AI to comprehend and engage in human conversations, helping alleviate feelings of loneliness in seniors. AI's technical prowess includes algorithms, predictive capabilities, and natural language processing, which together are mental health care for seniors. It's not just about companionship, but also about understanding, predicting, and addressing mental health needs in a proactive manner. The potential for AI's impact on senior mental health care is vast, from companionship to predicting and intervening in mental health needs. With continuous innovation, the future holds many possibilities. Artificial intelligence, with its complex algorithms, predictive capabilities, and natural language processing, is truly revolutionizing mental health care for seniors. The future of senior mental health care is here, and it's powered by artificial intelligence. Let's take a closer look at how AI is revolutionizing mental health care for seniors. AI's core is powered by sophisticated algorithms, machine learning, and natural language processing, or NLP. How do these elements work to create a comprehensive strategy? Firstly, AI algorithms analyze vast data, recognize patterns, and apply these patterns to customize mental health care. They can predict potential mental health issues, allowing timely intervention. Secondly, machine learning plays a key role. By learning from past data, it can anticipate mood swings or depressive episodes. It offers early intervention opportunities that enhance the quality of life for seniors. Lastly, there's NLP. NLP allows AI to comprehend human language, both spoken and written. This means AI can have conversations with seniors, reducing feelings of loneliness. Hence, AI is not just a tool, it's a game changer in mental health care for seniors. It's about understanding, predicting, and addressing mental health needs proactively. With AI, the future of mental health care for seniors is looking brighter than ever. With AI, the age of high-tech senior care is here. We've journeyed through the transformative power of artificial intelligence in senior care, showing it's not exclusive to the young and tech-savvy. Explored how AI can predict the need for care, reduce hospital visits, and aid in medication management. AI via virtual assistants can combat social isolation and foster mental wellness through personalized interactions and customized therapies. These advancements enhance independence and ensure a more comfortable experience for seniors. We've glimpsed into smart home systems, offering peace of mind through advanced sensing and prompt alerts for emergencies. The potential for AI in senior care is immense. It is not about replacing human interaction, but supplementing it. Together, we're not just aging, we're evolving. With AI, we're not just surviving, we're thriving. And that, in itself, is a triumph of technology and human spirit.
Okay. Now, oops. Son of a gun. Wrong one. I keep doing that because I got multiple machines. This is on a. I keep grabbing the wrong keyboard or mouse. Anyway, I don't care about that part. This is a one that kind of interesting. Now, by the way, in the one we had here,
In a world where technology...
this one, they get into seniors talking to the AI client in order to have a two-way intelligent conversation. That's in its infancy right now. ChatGPT 4.0 does have that capability. You may have to make hardware changes, and I don't know if you need a new Copilot Plus PC to really take full advantage of it. But in any case, early attempts that at least one person was trying to make in another group wouldn't work because they were trying to use an older version of ChatGPT, and that will not happen. And how quickly that's going to come up by next year, it will be a more of a regular kind of thing, still in its infancy. So the next one here.
Am I boring you? You're not. You're sleepy.
102-year-old Charlotte England has an audience of robots keeping her company.
I'm going to make Nanaimo bars.
Social robots, in fact. Meet Kiwi and Mango. They're at the center of a study examining whether artificial intelligence can be used to help care for older people. They're a big hit with residents here. They say the pandemic left many seniors feeling isolated.
I think one of these to help the loneliness would be great. I don't see my children that often, but I mean, I could play with him all morning.
It's fun company, kind of. You don't have to feed them, you don't have to clean them, you don't have to take them for a walk. Perfect.
The AI companions are the size of a small pet and use emotional robotic software that learns and mimics human emotion.
As soon as you come home from work, it will run to the door to greet you. It gets really active and then actively seek your love. It follows you everywhere and then goes to the home to follow all different kind of people and try to check up to see what people's doing. It's kind of like a domestic cat.
With a 360-degree camera on top, these two can recognize faces and voices, even reach up for a hug.
So it knows that Tanya is standing there and you're standing there with the camera. This robot loves camera, so it always looks at the camera.
The two have been trained to take after their lead companion, leading to different personalities and even moments of jealousy.
Oh, you're getting jealous? You want to be touched too? Yes, you do.
UBC researchers worked with the Japanese manufacturer to bring kiwi and mango here, and now Canada is part of an ongoing international study that also includes Hong Kong and Singapore to study human-robot interactions. Am I right? Researchers say they'll gather and analyze the results from around the globe.
So we want to compare our data. It's kind of unique. It's a little bit different here in Canada. The Canadians are a little bit reserved in terms of like having new technology like this.
They'll spend the next few months recording interactions between the residents and robots, then publish those findings to help shape the future of seniors' care. Tanya Fletcher, CBC News, West Vancouver.
Now you know what to look forward to in old age in a nursing home or assisted living. Ha ha. Wonder what that'll cost. For some reason, this one would not enlarge itself. I don't know why offhand. Okay, got that. Now, this one here is the beware. So this is the downside.
AI, otherwise known as artificial intelligence, and the scam you need to know about. I have all the details right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now, as of recently, as you probably know, AI is expanding exponentially along with the practical application of this technology. Now, generally, AI is used for good things like helping out people, helping out businesses and corporations, but unfortunately, as of recently, the scammers are now using it to exploit people and, of course, scam them, which is exactly why I want to bring this to your attention, because these scammers are now getting a lot more sophisticated, and the scams that they are now running are hurting a lot of people. So that's what I want to focus on here in this video. Let's get into it. What these scammers are now doing, how they're using AI, artificial intelligence, and how these scams are getting very, very sophisticated. Now, stick with me on this. This is going to sound very confusing. In fact, I just a few hours ago, I sent out some messages to my family members, as in my parents and a few other people, and said, watch out for this. You got to be aware of this stuff because this could happen to anybody. Don't fall for this, okay? Now, stick with me because this is going to sound very confusing. So here's what they're doing. They're using AI, artificial intelligence, to take small clips. According to what I'm reading on this, they only need 20 seconds of somebody's voice, okay? Let me give you a quick example. A scammer could be using my voice right here, right now in this video, or any of my other thousands of videos here on this channel. They could take my voice or anybody's voice that they find basically anywhere on social media or basically anywhere. They only need 20 seconds of somebody's voice and they can clone that voice with AI. So basically they take 20 seconds of somebody's voice, up to that. That's all they need, 20 seconds. And they can take that, run it through the computer, and it'll clone that voice. Then they take the voice of this person and they call family members, maybe a spouse, maybe a child, maybe a parent, maybe a loved one, somebody like that. And they give some weird scenario like, I was in a car accident, or I'm in jail, or I'm at this place and I need help, I need money right away. And they run this scam, and then they try to get people to, get emotionally involved and then send the person money, okay? Obviously, we want to watch out for this because, if somebody were to call you and it was the voice of the person that you know, that you love, that you care about, and they're saying something like, this happened to me, I'm here, I'm there, I need money right away. And we can identify their voice and think, this is this person. Obviously it is because that's their voice, right? But again, a lot of times it's the computer talking and it's really not them. And what they're actually urging us all to do is, rather than falling for something like this, you're actually supposed to call that person with a separate phone. So maybe you're on the phone with a scammer or what you think happens to be this person. What they're urging us to do is make a separate phone call. If we just so happen to have a separate phone around, if you know somebody that's with you or something like that, make a call to the person that's supposedly calling you to see if that really is them, okay? So that's what they're suggesting that we should do right now. So this is scary, scary stuff, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are falling for this. I mean, let's be real for a second. If somebody called you and it was a voice from a person that you know, that you love, that you care about, and they were saying, hey, I'm in this, dire situation right now, can you help me out with a little bit of money? You know, that'd be very scary. We would want to do whatever we can to help the people that we love and care about, right? So that's what they're preying on right now. The scammers, the annoying scammers, the scammers that have literally nothing else to do with their lives other than try to exploit other people. Super sad situation, but unfortunately, this is what's happening right now. It's been all over the place. I've been reading about it a lot. In fact, I've been seeing some interviews on the news as well where some people are coming out suggesting, hey, this is what happened. The phone call came in, sounded just like my son, just sounded just like my daughter, you know, something like that, whatever they're saying. And then the person was requesting this. Now, here's another thing that I want to point out as well. A lot of times, you know, these voices that are being cloned by computers or AI, right? You know, it's going to be very close. It's going to sound very, very good because it's the real voice of that person. However, listen for nuances, things like the cadence of their voice, or if they pronounce words differently, or if they, you know, have weird pauses that they generally wouldn't have. Watch for that kind of stuff. I mean, here's the thing. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you kind of have an idea of how I talk, right? I talk kind of fast. I talk, you know, however I talk. I don't talk perfectly all the time. Sometimes I get caught up on words. Sometimes I forget what I'm about to say. Sometimes I stutter a little bit. That's how I talk, right? That is my natural way of talking, which is exactly why I don't edit my videos, because I want you to see the real me, not some fake version of me that's trying to be perfect. I'm not perfect in any way. I've said that very clearly in other videos, and I mess up all the time. In fact, just to record this video right now, I think I'm on take like 7 or 8 right now. Seriously, I'm surprised I've even made it this far, okay? It takes me a lot of takes sometimes to get my videos going. But my point is, you kind of know how I talk, right? Especially if you've been watching my videos for a while. Now, if somebody called you and had a voice that sounded just like mine and was saying, you know, this is Matt from YouTube, you know, here's the situation. You know, would you be a little bit suspicious if the voice sounded differently or if I was talking a little bit differently? You'd probably think, it sounds like his voice, sounds like him, but it's not really in the cadence in which he talks, right? So that's kind of what I'm pointing out. Now, obviously, nobody should be calling you, you know, pretending to be me. If somebody does, it's not me, okay? I don't have your phone number. So please, also, by the way, do not leave your phone number down below either. That's not my information. I don't want your personal information, okay? That's not what I'm looking for. I just want to help you out in any way that I possibly can. So never, ever leave personal information down below. You know, that's just basically the public domain, and anybody can get access to it then, okay? So please don't do that. Anyway, please be very aware of this. I know there's a lot of different scams out there, like the guys that call and say, your computer's broken. Have you heard these people? Or, we're going to turn off your electricity if you don't send us some money through MoneyGram in 30 minutes. Have you heard about this as well? Right? I mean, obviously, these are the older ones. There's all kinds of different things that are happening. But please be very aware of this. And remember, if you are a parent, if you're a grandparent, you know, if anything like this, anybody could pretend to be calling you. They could pretend to be your son, your daughter. They could pretend to be a grandchild. They could pretend to be a neighbor or somebody like this. Just be very aware of this stuff, okay? Always cross-reference this. I know if you were to get a phone call and they pretended to be somebody that you know and love and care about, and it sounds like they're in a bad situation, the first thing we all want to do is help them out right away, right? Yes, that's natural instinct. We all want to do that. But I'm just saying, please be very careful about it, okay? In many instances, not always, now don't get me wrong, there may be a real time that somebody calls you that you know or love or care about. I mean, obviously, let's hope this never happens, but we all understand this could be a real thing where maybe we do get a real phone call like that someday where somebody says, hey, I'm in a situation, can you help me out? And it really is the person. Now, again, I don't want to dismiss that. I'm just simply saying, watch out for the scammers, okay? These people are very smart. They're very sophisticated. Yes, I just called scammers smart. Seriously, let's be real for a second. The scammers are very smart people. They know a lot of stuff. They know how to do all this stuff, okay? They're very talented. If they use that talent to actually do something productive, could you imagine what they could accomplish in life? It'd be crazy. They could do some real good things for the world and for humanity as a whole, but unfortunately, they're using it to scam people instead. Sad. They could use that brain power to do something actually good in the world rather than trying to scam people. I don't know. Anyway, that's just my take on it. Why not use it for something good rather than exploiting? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Anyway, hope this one helps you out again. Hey everyone, it's Matt here with you again. I just wanted to come back really quickly and sincerely thank you for your continued support right here on the channel and to let you know I'm hearing you. I completely get it. The struggle is very real right now. I've seen it down below in the comment section many, many times, exponentially along with
Trying to stop some of these when you're got multi controls is a pain in the butt. Anybody think that this guy is full of hot air or something?
Well, one of the things I just saw this about a week or so ago. There's a new website, a relatively new website, Hedera. I don't know if you've heard of it or not.
No, him.
Okay, it is absolutely amazing. You know what he was saying about 20 seconds worth of time? Not only 20 seconds of time, but they can actually take, if they get a picture of your face, a still picture, okay, a still photo, they can take that and not only dub your voice onto your face, but it lip syncs exactly, and eyebrows raise, and smiles happen, and crease lines occur, and the head turns, and all sorts of stuff like that. It is absolutely amazing to see. Now you can, and you can put your head on somebody else's body type of thing. You can do that silly nonsense there, but it's just really, if you want to, if you're making a presentation or if you have a video that you want to do, but you feel uncomfortable in front of the camera yourself, you can write the script, feed it the script, and give it. Basically, you kind of use a new kind of punctuation. If you wanted to emphasize a word, um, like I wanted to emphasize a word, what you do is you type the first letter of that in as a capital letter, and it'll emphasize that and raise an eyebrow or open its eyes wider or blink or whatever. But it actually puts nuances in. It's not just moving the lips and doing this type of thing. It's actually emoting, if you will, to a certain extent. Not great emotion, but enough that it looks very, very normal and comfortable. And it's called Hedera. And there's a couple of videos out there. I couldn't find the one that I saw the other day, but this guy demonstrated it, and it's available for the public use. So, and right now it's free. I don't know how long it's going to be free, but it's free right now, and it's quite amazing to see. Blew me away.
Now, Dennis, do you think AI is all positive and roses and everything else like that?
No, no, not at all. Not at all.
This is why that third one is in there like that. I did that last month too, for the same reason. There's a lot of people that Nail Cheeks used to not like me putting in security articles into my more FYIs because obviously he didn't probably read them. And there's a lot of other people that don't read them either. But the sad fact is they're the ones that are the biggest victims of these scam artists and cyber criminals. So you either listen to the bad news along with the good news so that you are forewarned, forearmed. I didn't make that phrase. Somebody did way more than a century ago. All right. Now let's see if I can work the controls the right way. The right one's the right way. Now here's an interesting one too that is a positive.
As our population ages, finding ways to provide high-quality care for older adults is becoming increasingly important. The elderly often struggle with loneliness, mobility issues, and managing their daily routine, but technology has the potential to make their lives easier and more enjoyable. ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence-powered language model developed by OpenAI that is designed to understand and respond to natural language inputs, is one such technology that is changing how we think about elderly care by empowering seniors and improving their quality of life. Personalized conversation and emotional support. ChatGPT can provide elderly individuals with personalized conversation and emotional support, helping to alleviate feelings of loneliness and isolation. It's a non-judgmental and reliable source of support, available 24/7. Medication reminders and tracking. ChatGPT can remind elderly individuals when to take their medications and track their medication usage to ensure they are taking it correctly. This helps seniors to stay on top of their health and avoid the harmful consequences of missed doses. Health monitoring. ChatGPT can monitor the health of elderly individuals and alert caregivers or medical professionals if there are any concerning changes in their condition. This is especially important for those with chronic conditions who need to be monitored regularly. Fall detection and emergency response. ChatGPT equipped with sensors can detect falls and provide emergency response, ensuring that elderly individuals receive prompt assistance in the event of an emergency. This gives seniors and their families peace of mind, knowing that help is always just a button press away. Remote consultations and telemedicine. ChatGPT can facilitate remote consultations with medical professionals, reducing the need for elderly individuals to travel to medical appointments and their risk of illness exposure. This makes healthcare more accessible and convenient for seniors who struggle with mobility. Assistive technology and accessibility. ChatGPT can help elderly individuals access and use assistive technology, such as smart home devices, to improve their daily living and mobility. This can include controlling the lighting or temperature or operating electronic devices. Cognitive and memory support. ChatGPT can provide cognitive and memory support to elderly individuals, helping to slow the progression of age-related cognitive decline. By providing stimulation and encouragement to exercise their brain, seniors can maintain their cognitive abilities and improve their quality of life. Nutrition and meal planning. ChatGPT can provide personalized nutrition and meal planning advice, helping to ensure that elderly individuals are receiving a balanced diet that meets their nutritional needs. With ChatGPT's help, seniors can enjoy healthy, delicious meals, even with specific dietary restrictions. Physical activity and exercise support. ChatGPT can provide personalized physical activity and exercise support, helping elderly individuals to maintain their physical health and mobility. This can include simple exercises that can be done from the comfort of their home or tips for engaging in physical activity outside of the house. Social and recreational activities. ChatGPT can provide suggestions for social and recreational activities that are suitable for elderly individuals, helping to keep them engaged and active. This can include things like book clubs, game nights, or social events in the community. In conclusion, ChatGPT has the potential to transform elderly care by empowering seniors and improving their quality of life. With its personalized conversation and emotional support, health monitoring, fall detection, and support for physical and cognitive health, ChatGPT is making a real difference in the lives of older adults. Whether you're a senior, a caregiver, or simply looking for ways to improve the lives of elderly individuals in your community, ChatGPT is worth exploring. As
All right. Any comments on that one?
I think I'm not understanding whether she's saying that these are possibilities for the future or whether some of these things are actually in use right now.
There's a little bit in use now, but it's more towards the future. Basically speaking, the way the Chat GPT 4.0 is going, it would be an on all the time type device listening for a prompt to answer a question or to do something. And as a result, it is kind of an imitation, higher developed in some aspects for things like Alexa, Siri, and other assistants that we have had for a number of years.
Okay, well, that makes sense because one of the things she said was, okay, it can remind you to take your medications, and I'm
Yes.
thinking, well, how the hell can it do that? It calls you up, but you're saying you'd kind of be on all the time, so that makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to, of course, you or a caregiver have to put in a lot of information when you have doctor's appointments, things like when you're supposed to take certain medications, et cetera, et cetera. And if you leave the person alone even for a short time, that takes over in telling them they're supposed to take this medication now, or it's time for them to get ready for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or whatever the case may be, et cetera, or even possibly summon help because something's happened, and hopefully the caretaker can hear the message to get back to that person and take care of what the situation was. But you got to remember, this is in its infancy. This is something that is in development, and a little bit of it, mostly text-based right now, is being used to a large extent. But it's going to get to the point where you literally can talk to your computers as though you were on Enterprise in Star Trek. And you can talk to the ship's computer and get answers. So that's the kind of future that's coming, whether we like it or not, whether we accept it or not.
Tim,
Yep.
you said you were going to hand out you had a handout or something like that. I'm going to have to be leaving soon. Can you put that in the chat?
All right.
I'll download it. I'd appreciate it.
I can do that early. And Bob, you got your hand up for some reason.
Well, I just have a little trivial question. Does anybody think that the narrator in this and a couple of other videos was human or AI?
I wondered about that when I saw her, and I was trying to figure that out, whether she was fake or a real person.
I detect signs, though they may be video artifacts, that there are a few things a bit off that would not be if it were a truly human narrator. I'm just wondering.
She's very cool and unemotional, and that kind of leads you to wonder about, her humanity or physicality or whatever. But with that,
well, Joe, some people might say that about a lot of their relatives. So
yeah, a lot of narrators are like that. But
no, but some narrators do have that very flat kind of presentation.
Yes.
And some cultures have that kind of presentation for their females. And this person was obviously not from the United States, or at least had an accent from outside the United States.
Right.
So anyway, it's a curiosity.
It's a good thought, though, Bob.
Because a lot of YouTube videos do use artificial intelligence narration.
Yeah. Because they can make it smooth. They don't have to worry about any kind of accidental mistakes. They don't have to worry about us and all that kind of good stuff. They can just shoot it straight out with no pauses, no breaks in the action, no kind of stuttering or anything like that, or miscues. It's just going to go straight out, but that kind of takes some of the humanity out of it, I think.
Yes, but here's the funny thing. I did see somebody who is a presenter. He normally uses his own voice for the video he's creating. But in this case, he dubbed his voice and gave the script to the AI, and it did his voice on the presentation.
Are you talking about Norbert?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was really good because he normally talks very slowly and stops between each word, kind of. And I was listening to this and I said, wow, that's not him because he doesn't talk this way. He's not that smooth. Suddenly it smoothed out and it was very fluid
Yes.
in what he had. He writes well, but when he reads from the script, it's one word at a time kind of effect. Yeah, I saw that one, Jim.
Yeah.
So
I did put in chat the handout.
Okay, thanks a lot. I appreciate that, and I'm going to have to go.
Okay.
Thank you for
So
the program.
sometimes AI narration is an improvement.
Yes. It could be an improvement for me too.
However, the script followed the same AI generated format that I have seen in some of the APCOG Tech for Senior articles.
Yes.
It's not necessarily wrong to do it to use AI to structure a script, but it makes the script very predictable and very formulaic.
Well, that's why when you're creating some kind of document, text, etc., from an AI, you don't leave it as is. You have to modify it and make it sound more like you really did make the whole document.
Yeah, and some efforts in that regard are more successful than others.
Yes. Any further comment?
Well, I mean, it's funny. Earlier we were talking about, scammers and that, but God, if scammers could get into your chat GBT connection with some of the stuff, I mean, like she said, they can tell you when to take your medication. If someone can hack this stuff, they can tell them, oh, take 40 of these pills, at lunch today. I mean, it's kind of scary that some of the things that are possible, I think.
It's a potential that we have to accept, and we have to keep doing more and more on cybersecurity to try and prevent that kind of stuff. And hopefully, the AI might be sophisticated enough to be able to say, hey, wait a minute, who are you to be altering this kind of thing? I don't know how long that would take. None of us may be around by the time that might occur. But in the meantime, yes, criminals could do something quite nasty, even fatal as far as that goes. I mean, right now, there's a lot of criminals out there who are making money by renting out their services to do hacking and other things on your behalf, or give you access to the tools to do it yourself. All right, I'm going to move on. I've got at least three more.
For many people, the idea of getting older can seem daunting, especially when you can't do the kinds of things you used to be able to do. But technology is hoping to change the game by taking people to a completely different world.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
For years, Red Lyle's happy place has been in the open field riding horses.
Wherever the horses, there I am.
These days, she can't hit the trails like she used to, but today,
One look like mama and baby.
she was transported from Ruth Sheets Adult Care Center to here.
No, I felt like I was right out there in the desert area with them.
Red is one of a group of seniors getting a visit from UNC students from Care Yaya, showing them virtual reality.
The more immersive the experience, it's actually changing your mindset and tricking your mind into thinking you are somewhere else, and that is having a massive positive impact on dopamine.
Neil Shah is the CEO of Care Yaya. His team got an NIH grant to promote the technology. For older users, a little virtual activity can keep your brain sharp, even if your mobility might be limited.
You can put on a headset and go anywhere you want. You can go to Eiffel Tower. You can go do a moon landing.
It's a tool that can help as North Carolina is quickly aging. This year, 1 in 5 North Carolinians are 65 or older. And by next year, there will be over 200,000 people in the state living with Alzheimer's disease. But as these teachers will tell you,
I think that ageism is something that's plaguing the world right now. I think that especially like the younger generation can tend to think, they're old, but I really think that older people are just as capable as learning new things as we are, as long as you put your mind to it.
And with an open mind and a big imagination, life just might continue to surprise you.
I think it's wonderful. The things that they're doing now opposed to years ago, they're making it so illuminating. I wish I could tell.
Tom George, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
Okay. So what did you think of that one? Nothing? Okay.
Well, there is one thing.
Go ahead.
I know that for myself, being outdoors has additional elements that are beyond just the visual and the auditory. And hopefully there will come a time when some of that can also be brought to people.
Well, they were trying to work on some of that. I remember somebody was trying to develop smell-o-vision as an example. And so if you're on a cooking show, you go bananas with all the aromas of what they're cooking up. And for like perfume people, they put in magazines a little thing that you scratch the circle, and then you could smell the aroma of some perfume or cologne. Who knows what they're going to come up with, but at least the opportunities may be there. But again, you got to remember there's always a dark side to the light side.
Ever wondered how artificial intelligence can simplify your daily life, especially if you are a senior citizen? Welcome to the awe-inspiring world of artificial intelligence, or AI. In simple terms, AI is intelligence demonstrated by machines, a stark contrast to the natural intelligence displayed by humans. Imagine having a personal assistant who never tires, works around the clock, and caters to your every need. That's precisely the convenience AI can bring into your life. From helping you order groceries online, reminding you of your doctor's appointment, to even suggesting a movie you might enjoy, AI is becoming a staple in our everyday lives. You might be surprised to know you're already using AI. When you ask your smartphone a question, or when it predicts what you're about to type, that's AI at work. Now let's dive into 10 simple steps to understand and use OpenAI's ChatGPT, a type of AI that can revolutionize your routine. The first step to embracing AI is understanding it. So let's talk about OpenAI's ChatGPT. In simple terms, it's a computer program, a form of artificial intelligence that can have conversations with you. It learns from a vast amount of internet text and then generates responses. Imagine asking it for the weather or to remind you of your grandson's birthday. It can even help you find that perfect recipe. It's like having a personal assistant that understands you perfectly. Now, think about your daily tasks that could use some help. Perhaps it's setting reminders for medications or searching for the latest news. Or maybe you're just tired of misplacing the TV remote. Whatever it is, there's a good chance artificial intelligence can simplify it. It's like having a personal assistant who never takes a day off. So let's take a moment to identify those tasks that could be a little easier, a little more streamlined. Remember, the potential of AI is limited only by our imagination. AI can take care of your reminders and fetch information for you. Imagine you're brewing a cup of tea and suddenly remember you need to call your doctor tomorrow. Just tell your AI, remind me to call the doctor at 10 tomorrow morning, and consider it done. No need to hunt for a pen or rack your brain later trying to remember what you've forgotten. Now let's say you're curious about the weather for your afternoon walk. Instead of searching through apps or websites, ask your AI, what's the weather going to be like this afternoon? And it will provide you with a quick, accurate update. AI's ability to assist is not limited to these tasks. It can help you find a recipe, tell you the latest news, even help you find that book you've been meaning to read. It's as simple as asking. AI is reliable and always at your service. AI can also be your companion for entertainment and communication. Imagine having a personal assistant that knows your tastes in movies or books down to the finest detail. That's what AI can do. It can sift through countless titles, analyze your preferences, and then suggest a list of potential hits you might enjoy. But that's not all. AI is also a whiz when it comes to communication. Struggling to draft an email or a message? No worries. With AI, you can dictate the content and it will handle the typing for you, even suggesting better ways to phrase your thoughts if you're open to it. It's like having a personal secretary, always ready to assist you. And remember, AI isn't just about functionality, it's about companionship too. Whether you're diving into a thrilling novel, watching a classic movie, or reaching out to a loved one with AI, you're never alone. Health monitoring and safety are other crucial areas where AI can assist. Imagine having a personal health assistant that never sleeps, always vigilant, and committed to your well-being. That's the role AI can play. AI can remind you about your medication, ensuring you never miss a dose. It goes beyond just setting a reminder. It can provide valuable information about the medication, like possible side effects, and can even alert your loved ones if you forget to take it. It doesn't stop there. AI can monitor your health stats like heart rate and blood pressure in real time, providing you with valuable insights about your health. But what about emergencies? AI has you covered there as well. It can detect unusual patterns or sudden changes in your health stats and call for help immediately, even if you're unable to do so. AI can be a lifesaver, quite literally. Getting comfortable with AI is the key, and remember, learning never stops. Just as you've grown accustomed to new technologies throughout your life, like the television or the internet, artificial intelligence is just another step in that journey. It's okay to take it slow. Spend time with AI, interact with it, ask it questions just as you would with a new friend. Remember, there's no such thing as a silly question. If you're unsure about something, ask AI. It's there to help, not judge. Explore its capabilities, push its boundaries. You'll be surprised at how much it can do and how much it can assist you in your daily life. Continuous learning is important too. The world of AI is always evolving, always improving. By staying curious, by continually learning and adapting, you're not just keeping up with the times, you're staying ahead of them. Embrace AI and it will make your life easier and more fun. AI is here to stay, and it's making lives better. By embracing this remarkable technology, we can streamline our daily tasks and enhance our overall quality of life. The steps we've discussed today provide a clear roadmap to understand and utilize artificial intelligence, particularly OpenAI's ChatGPT. Step 1 is learning about ChatGPT, understanding its purpose and capabilities. Identifying daily tasks that can be automated or simplified with AI is the second step. We then move on to practical applications like setting reminders, fetching information, enabling entertainment, and facilitating communication. AI can also monitor health parameters and ensure safety. The final steps involve getting comfortable with AI, embracing it as a part of our daily lives, and continuing to learn about its advancements. The benefits of AI, especially for senior citizens, are profound. It's about simplifying life, creating convenience, and fostering a sense of independence. So why wait? Unleash the power of AI and see the change for yourself. Ever want?
Any comments? Boy, you're talking a bunch.
Well, some of these are maybe starting to sound a little bit like sales pitches to convince me that AI is the next best thing since sliced bread. So I'm not quite sure how I feel about this trying to convince me so hard, but I don't know.
Well, just a minute now. You brought up a good point. How would you know about sliced bread if people weren't selling the idea and information about sliced bread? You'd still be getting whole loaves, having your own knife. I can remember one from way back to cut your own bread up, slice by slice. They could be thicker, thinner. Who cares what you want it? But sliced bread was something new. It used to be you get cheese in blocks. Now you can get slice wrapped cheese. So all you got to do is take off the plastic wrap, slap it on your sandwich, and you're done. Instead of having to cut out a slice. There's
yeah.
lots of things like that. It's got to be an idea that's created by somebody, an innovator, an inventor, has to be figured out how to put the information out, and it's usually in the form of what sounds like sales or marketing.
Yeah, advertising is always part of product development.
That's right. You can't get away from it. Look at all the drugs that, on the ads on TV that you wouldn't know about, let alone be able to talk to your doctor about. Should I be taking this drug? And if not, why not? Or if I should, if I can, should I be taking it?
But what you see, that's how it could drift into the opioid crisis, though. I mean, there's that too.
That's always been true, going as far back as primitive medicine has gone. And that includes with the Chinese, who believe various things from organic animal or plant life are what will make us well. In some cases, it might, by accident. But in most cases, it's more like the mindset of the person that this is going to help them, and that makes them better more than anything. So you ain't going to get away from that. I don't care if you live a million more years. It's that same kind of stuff is going to be there every single day. Otherwise, you're saying everything was made absolutely perfect on this day, and it will never change because that same one day never ends. But if time moves on, I'm sorry, how do the new generations find out about stuff? A lot of it's through the sales and marketing ads that they learn about the stuff. So this is reality.
And then there's some stuff that the new generations don't learn about because it isn't promoted.
That's right. Yeah. And they that's due to parents who are trying to use phones and tablets as a comfort thing, both for themselves and for the kids to some extent. And they don't regulate the use of the phones, or even when the child gets a phone or a tablet, etc. And so they're using these devices in an improper manner, and then they wonder why there is so many problems, especially mental problems, with a lot of our youth. Well, that's a given.
Yeah, well, it's like this issue with TikTok that they talk about now, yeah.
Well, it's not just TikTok, and TikTok is fairly new. Look at Facebook, look at now called Meta also, and you have Instagram and a whole bunch of other ones as well. And with TikTok, one of the main reasons why that comes into the news a lot, besides trying to get them to sell the company, or it may be banned in the United States, is due to the fact that they are allowing people to dare other people to do things, and if you don't do the dare, you're square or something like that. You know, we don't want you around, so to speak. And so they, a lot of them end up trying to do the stupid shit, and a lot of them end up either dead or very seriously injured, or somebody who was watching it gets harmed. But who cares, right?
Yeah, a lot of misinformation.
Well, it's not just misinformation. It's in cases like that, it's deliberate information that they know it's dangerous and that a lot of people are likely to get hurt or even possibly killed, and they don't care. That's just like the what the heck are they called? These are calls that are made that bring out the police or other first responders, and then they get ambushed. And also
Yeah,
SWAT,
swatting
Well,
calls.
yeah.
swatting calls.
There is this disconnect between a couple of aspects of reality. One, that you have to take responsibility for what you do, and two, that you have to verify that things are real in the real world. Those two disconnects
And
are
that
a lot of the reason why social media has been harmful.
and that comes under also a general category called common sense, which seems to have evaporated.
Yeah, it turns out that's something you have to learn, and you learn common sense from experience in the real world.
Well, then we should stop having children and that, because we don't know how to properly raise them. And the parents sometimes with phones and tablets are getting a placebo effect, that they can get away from the children for a while, but at the same time, they can be a helicopter parent. And a lot of those parents call their kids while they're in school in class, and they don't give a shit. And if you somebody tries to shall we say cut them off, and it's not the kid, they get upset as hell, and they're going to sue somebody somewhere for what they did. Everybody wants to sue everybody about everything. So with the courts, they just have to try and dismiss as many of the frivolous crap and try and focus on real suits. I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
With its ability to understand and communicate like human, GPT-4o is making AI more accessible and approachable than ever before. Hello, welcome to AI 50. In this video, you'll learn about GPT-4o, the revolutionary AI assistant that engages in natural voice conversations. Developed by OpenAI, this ChatGPT-4o system stands and generates human-like responses, transforming how we interact with AI. Well, experience the future of AI companionship with GPT-4o. Well, first of all, what is GPT-4o? GPT-4o, also known as ChatGPT-4o, is like a super-powered AI assistant that can understand and communicate with you just like a human would. It's a game changer in the world of artificial intelligence because it can process and generate human-like text, audio, and even images, all within a single system. Developed by OpenAI, GPT-4o pushes the boundaries of what's possible with language models and chatbots. But what really sets GPT-4o apart is its ability to have real-time voice conversations. Imagine talking to your computer or phone like you would with a friend, asking questions, getting advice, or even just chatting about your day. Well, GPT-4o makes that possible, and it does it in a way that feels natural and seamless. Well, think of your GPT-4o as your personal AI companion, always ready to help you out whenever you need it. Whether you need to find information quickly, get help with a task, or even learn something new, GPT-4o is there to assist you. And the best part? You don't need to be a tech expert to use it. Well, just talk to it like you would to any other person and let GPT-4o work its magic. So now that you know what GPT-4o is, let's dive into how it actually works under the hood. At the heart of GPT-4o is its ability to process and understand multiple types of input, what we call multimodal input processing. In simple terms, this means that GPT-4o can take in information from different sources, like text, audio, and images, and make sense of it all. It's like having a brain that can read, listen, and see all at the same time. When it comes to voice conversations, GPT-4o really shines. It uses advanced speech recognition technology to listen to your voice and understand what you're saying. But it doesn't just stop there. GPT-4o can then generate a response back to you in real time, using its own human-like voice. And here's the really cool part. It does this with incredibly low latency, which means there's practically no delay between you or between when you speak and when the GPT-4o responds. It's like having a conversation with a real person, but with the added bonus of GPT-4o's vast knowledge and capabilities.
Hey, ChatGPT, I'm Mark. How are you?
Oh, Mark. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Hey, so I'm on stage right now. I'm doing a live demo, and frankly, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow a bit there. Mark, you're not a vacuum cleaner. Breathe in for a count of 4.
How does GPT-4o come up with these responses? Well, the secret lies in its advanced language, understanding, and generation ability. You see, GPT-4o has been trained on massive amount of data. We're talking books, articles, websites, and much more. This exposure to such a wide range of information allows GPT-4o to understand the intricacies of human language, like context, tone, and even emotion. So when you ask GPT-4o a question or give it a prompt, it doesn't just look at your words in isolation. Instead, it considers the entire context of your conversation. It uses language understanding to generate a response that is not only relevant to what you said, but also sounds natural and human-like. It's like having a conversation with a super smart, well-read friend who always knows exactly what to say. And the more you interact with GPT-4o, the better it gets at understanding and communicating with you. It's constantly learning from every conversation, picking up on your unique way of speaking and adapting to your needs and preferences. So the more you chat with GPT-4o, the more personalized and helpful it becomes. It's like having an AI assistant that's tailored just for you. So let's talk about the key benefits of GPT-4o's voice abilities. Now, this is a big deal. Imagine this. Instead of fumbling with tiny buttons on your phone or squinting at a screen, you can simply talk to your device like you would to a friend. Well, that's the magic of GPT-4o. It makes interacting with technology feels much more natural and easy. Well, think about it. When you're cooking dinner, you need to set a timer. You don't want to stop what you're doing. Wash your hands and fiddle with your phone. With GPT-4o, you can just say, hey, set a timer for 10 minutes, and boom, it's done. This is especially a game-changing for older folks who might not be as tech-savvy or have difficulty with small screens and buttons. GPT-4o's ability to understand and respond to voice commands make it an incredibly valuable tool for the elderly, who can benefit from AI assistance without having to navigate complex interfaces. But GPT-4o isn't just a glorified timer. It's like having a super smart, always available assistant. So let's say you're trying to remember the name of that movie you watched last week, but it's on the tip of your tongue. Just ask GPT-4o, what was that movie with Tom Hanks where he was stranded on an island? And it'll dive into its huge knowledge base to find the answer for you. No more racking your brain or spending hours Googling it. And here's where GPT-4o really shines. It doesn't just spit out pre-programmed responses. It actually understands the context of your conversation and uses that to give you the most helpful and relevant information. So if you're chatting with GPT-4o about an upcoming trip to Europe, and you mention that you're worried about the language barrier, it might suggest some helpful translation apps or even offer to teach you some basic phrases. It's like having a conversation with a real knowledgeable and intuitive friend. But GPT-4o isn't just a personal assistant. It has the potential to revolutionize entire industry. Take healthcare. Imagine if you could describe your symptoms to a virtual nurse powered by GPT-4o. And it could provide personalized recommendations or even connect you with a doctor. AI in healthcare is a rapidly growing field, and GPT-4o's advanced language understanding and generation capabilities could be a game changer in this area. Now, think about how GPT-4o could transform the lives of older adults who may be isolated or have mobility issues. Well, with GPT-4o, they could have a friendly voice to chat with, remind them to take their medications, and even alert loved ones if there is an emergency. AI for the elderly has the potential to greatly improve quality of life and provide much needed support and companionship. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The possibilities are endless. GPT-4o could be a game changer in customer service, education, therapy, and much more. It's not just making our lives more convenient. It's about making technology more human and accessible to everyone. So what does all of this mean for the future of how we interact with AI? Well, buckle up, because we're in for a long ride. Well, for starters, GPT-4o is breaking down the barriers between humans and machines. No longer do you need to be a tech whiz to reap the benefits of AI. With GPT-4o, everyone can have a friendly, helpful AI companion at their fingertips.
ChatGPT. What equation did I write down there?
Ah, I see it now. You wrote down 3x plus 1 equals 4.
Yep, exactly. So what's the first step I should take to try to solve this?
The first step is to get all the terms with x on one side and the constants on the other side. So what do you think we should do with that plus 1?
Okay, I'm going to try to subtract 1 from both sides and then I'll see what I get.
Great idea. Perfect. Now, what do you get when you subtract 1 from both sides?
Okay, so ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
Spot on. Now you've isolated the term with x on one side, and it looks like 3x equal 3.
Well, this is huge because it means that AI is becoming more accessible and less intimidating to the average person. Imagine a world where every home has a GPT-4o powered virtual assistant that can help with everything from scheduling appointments to providing emotional support. Or picture a workplace where AI-powered tools powered by GPT-4o make your job easier and more efficient, freeing up your time for more meaningful tasks. The possibilities are endless, and GPT-4o is paving the way for a future where AI is seamlessly integrated into your daily lives. But GPT-4o isn't just about making our lives easier. It's also about making AI more empathetic and emotionally intelligent. With its advanced language understanding and generation capabilities, GPT-4o can pick up on the nuances of human emotion and respond in a way that feels genuine and compassionate. Well, imagine pouring your heart out to a virtual therapist powered by GPT-4o and feeling truly heard and understood. Or picture an AI companion that can sense that you're feeling down and offer just the right words of encouragement. Well, as AI tools like GPT-4o become more sophisticated, they have the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with technology, especially for older adults. Imagine a future where elderly individuals can have engaging conversations with AI chatbots, receive personalized health advice, and even get help with daily tasks like setting reminders or ordering groceries. The possibilities are truly exciting. As GPT-4o and other AI models become more advanced, we'll need to be more thoughtful about how we develop and use this technology, we need to address important issues like bias, privacy, and the ethical implications of AI-human interaction. But if we do it right, GPT-4o could be a powerful tool for good, helping us to create a future where technology brings us closer together, rather than pulling us apart. So we've covered a lot of ground today, from exploring what GPT-4o is and how it works, to diving into the incredible benefits and potential impact of this technology. It's clear that we're on the brink of a voice AI revolution. But before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to really drive home why GPT-4o is such a big deal. Imagine a world where technology is no longer a barrier, but a bridge, a way to connect with others, access information, and make our lives easier and more fulfilling. Well, that's the promise of GPT-4o. With its ability to understand and communicate like human, GPT-4o is making AI more accessible and approachable than ever before. No longer do you need to be a tech expert to benefit from this technology. With GPT-4o, everyone can have a friendly, knowledgeable AI companion at their fingertips. And the potential applications are endless, from virtual assistants that can help with daily tasks and provide emotional support to AI-powered tools that can revolutionize industries like healthcare, education, customer service. GPT-4o is opening up a world of possibilities. And for the elderly, GPT-4o and other AI chatbots like ChatGPT-4o could be particularly life-changing. Imagine a future where older adults can engage in stimulating conversations, receive personalized healthcare advice, and get help with daily tasks, all through the power of AI. It's a future where no one has to feel alone or isolated, regardless of age or ability. By understanding the nuances of human language and emotion, GPT-4o can provide support, encouragement, and connection in ways that were once thought impossible. Imagine a future where AI is not just a tool, but a true companion, one that listens, understands, and helps us navigate life's challenges. Of course, as with any powerful technology, there are challenges and responsibilities that come with GPT-4o. We need to be thoughtful about issues like bias, privacy, and ethical implications of AI-human interaction. But I believe that if we approach this technology with care and intention, the benefits will far out the risk. So what do you think? Are you ready to embrace the future of voice AI with ChatGPT-4o? I know I am, but I want to hear from you. How do you think this technology will shape our lives in the years to come? What are you most excited about? And what concerns do you have? So let's keep this conversation going. Put your comments below, share your thoughts, ask questions, and let's explore the incredible potential of GPT-4o together. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest developments in voice AI and other cutting-edge technologies, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community of tech enthusiasts. Together, we can help shape a future where technology brings us closer together, makes our lives easier, and helps us achieve our full potential. So let's get started. The future of voice AI is just a beginning, and I can't wait to see where it takes us. Embrace the future of voice AI with GPT-4o. Subscribe to our channel and stay updated on the latest developments in artificial intelligence, and join the conversation in the comments below. Together, let's explore the incredible potential of GPT-4o. With its ability to understand and communicate like humans.
Now, when it gets into using a chat assistant like this, say for companionship and or maybe you have mental issues, etc., and you're with a doctor or a therapist, they're governed by the HIPAA. That's not true on the AIs. And AI can get in the area of medical. So that means they become a target like hospitals, doctors' offices, insurance companies, especially for health. And if you're using it for mental health type things, to feel better and cope better at home, some bad people might be able to crack the databases and steal that information, just like all the other stuff you hear in data breaches. So that's a possible negative, plus the fact that it's not governed by HIPAA. And that raises legal questions. Also,
Actually, if it's marketed as therapy, it is governed by HIPAA and by confidentiality.
I ain't so sure about that, Bob, not from what I'm hearing.
I don't care what you're hearing, you're not a lawyer.
That gets into another thing. If you're given this thing, like they said, journalizing or a diary type thing, could this stuff be subpoenaed in a legal court of law and used possibly against you?
Well, that's different. It depends on how it's being billed.
This is all legal questions about a lot of legal things that AI is unregulated in right now.
AI would be regulated just exactly the same way as any other therapist if it's being billed as therapy.
Well, we'll have to wait and see on that one.
That's how the law reads.
I'll believe it only when I see it.
That's how the law reads. It depends on the state, but that's just some states have different protections from others.
Well, that's true too, but that's normal, and then you have federal law above that. But aside from that, you have a situation. They can use AI to help out people that are depressed, etc. It's been brought up already here, and there is nothing in the way of medical salesmanship, so to speak, in it. Therefore, it may be a tough nut to crack that HIPAA covers it.
They are not billing it as therapy, and they are not billing it as medical service.
That's what I'm talking about. But
and that simply means the people using it need to be informed that it is not in the same category.
And that is
and
not,
does not enjoy the same protections.
That's not given the same airtime, so to speak, or brought to people's attention. That's part of what I'm getting at here.
Yeah, and there's also this claim that keeps getting made that AI understands and that AI has emotional intelligence, none of which is true.
Well, let's put it this way. Even if you can feel that there is some truth to it, this is in its infancy. That means it knows next to nothing. A baby just born probably knows more than the AI does.
Well, it's true. Babies just born have human emotion.
And they also have maybe some knowledge because they may be able to hear what's going on around them and their mother while they're still in the womb. We don't know.
Well, in terms of actual knowledge about the world, a lot of that is just learned.
Yeah, well, I mean, bottom line is it can potentially be more knowledgeable than the AI. Now, will that change? Over time, everything changes.
If you understand how large language models are built, they are going to run up against a brick wall when it comes to anything that is actually measurable intelligence.
Well, I agree with that, and it'll take a big leap. One would be in, I'm going to freeze up here. The new computer technology that's just in its infancy, that quantum computing. It's going to take quantum computing and a whole lot more to get to that next level.
Well, there are reasons why there are no quantum computers currently operational, and those are those are technical challenges and physical challenges that probably will never be overcome.
We don't know that because there's innovations all the time. Right now, EV cars use liquid lithium batteries, and but they've already found they can make solid lithium batteries that are much safer and less likely to explode and cause a fire.
That's got nothing to do with the technical reasons why quantum computing can't work.
No, I'm not saying
There's
that.
a fundamental misunderstanding of what entanglement is.
Well, that's true too. But there's all kinds of things that are that it's very experimental. It's all in research labs that this is being done right now, and you got to have big pockets to boot for what it costs. So, but that doesn't mean that some of these things will not be solved down the road. How far down the road? It ain't going to be tomorrow, and it ain't going to be next year. But down maybe 50 years from now, 100 years from now, they may overcome those things by also better understanding quantum entanglement and other factors like that, not having to have extremely cold temperatures to keep the machine running properly, because otherwise it overheats. Things like that.
Yeah, well, my point was actually about how much understanding these things actually have and how much emotion they actually do exhibit, which is absolutely none.
Well, right now that's absolutely true. But down the road, who knows? I don't know. I don't know the future. I don't. My crystal ball is one of those foreign models. It's in the repair shop waiting for parts that probably will never come.
Kind of like my car, but anyway.
Yeah. At any rate, I've got one last video here. I'm only going to show a portion of it. It's in your list. It's the next to the last one. This thing goes about 28 minutes. When it starts.
And get our arms around the topic of AI. How should we be looking at it? How should we be defining it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good example of how we've already been interacting with it. So maybe it's applicable is think about your Amazon Alexas, Siri on your iPhone. You know, that's a version of artificial intelligence, right? You're voice activating something, you're asking it a question, it's responding with an answer, it's using some level of artificial intelligence. You know, and AI is artificial intelligence. It's some machine generated and it's taught. It can self-learn, but it's not something that it's not a human. Obviously, it's artificial. You're teaching it to respond with, and the more that you teach it, the better and the smarter it gets. So I guess to some extent like a human, if we train the human becomes more intelligent and understands better how to respond. That's what these machines are doing too, but in ones and zeros. You know, I think in the world we're in today, if we look at this whole ChatGPT thing, that's probably the one that people are attaching themselves to, understanding the most, is this, and it's called a large language model, which has come out, and you can type in these really crazy prompts of just about anything, and it will come back and give you a very intelligent response. So if I said, write me a poem about my friend Josh Crisp and his love for riding road bikes in the mountains of Tennessee, it's going to write me a really good poem about my friend Josh Crisp. And that's an example of artificial intelligence, right? I'm asking it to do something. It's using all that it's learned, the prompt that I gave it, to return back something that is useful and intelligent.
Well, and I think that's a really good intro and summary, is you're hearing so much. I feel like everyone in every industry is talking about AI, and then ChatGPT.
Yeah.
But also you're hearing, I think there's kind of some fear and apprehension around it and what could go wrong with it and things like that. How valid is all of that, and where do you think that's really kind of coming from?
Probably those of us above 45 have maybe watched War Games from back in the day with Matthew Broderick, where the computers took over and, you know, tried to end the world. Maybe that is realistic. I don't really know, but that's the kind of danger and fear that it becomes weaponized. So there are examples where AI has been used to write, malware, ransomware, software that can do bad things. So an example of AI where this applies to your question is the future of driving is probably autonomous. There probably will be a realistic future, maybe our grandkids or maybe our great grandkids, there's a good possibility that it'll be autonomous. Well, the only way that works is cars that have sensors all over the place, and artificial intelligence making decisions based on all the information that it's getting to decide when to come, when to go, when to stop, when to accelerate, all this stuff. Well, that is an example of where, can you imagine if that was weaponized in a way where creating car crashes and, so we take 9/11 where humans crashed airplanes into buildings. Well, if we have drones and cars and all these autonomous things, then somebody has the capability to teach it to do something bad. That's one of the fears of where it could be used in a really negative way as an example. I mean, there's countless ways that could happen. So it is a reality. I think you probably have to think of the possibility probability scale. The possibility and the risk is really high. Don't know that the probability is really high yet, but as we go through these iterations of it, if we don't elicit what's called responsible AI, where we're being responsible, we're developing it in a responsible way, we're learning to use it in a responsible way, it could become very dangerous.
Well, so now that we've scared everybody to death and we talked about some of the negative things, really let's talk a little bit about what is exciting to me, and that's...
Because of the time, I'm going to stop this now. I'm going to do a stop share. Before I open the floor to any comments about what we've seen tonight and stuff like that, including the bit about this last one here. Thursday night is Ed Keating's meeting, and a week from tonight is the Linux meeting, which I'm not ready for anyhow, but aside from that, anybody got any further comments on the topics of tonight of AI helping seniors and stuff like that, with at least some caution that there are bad people out there every day trying to scam people out of their money or terrorize them in some fashion. I mean, one of the problems with kids having phones at school is they get on the social media, and other kids do too, and there's a lot of bullying going on, and that is causing an escalation of suicides by our young people because they can't deal with it, and they're not getting enough help and support, and they don't feel like they can perhaps discuss it with their own parents, take it to officials at school and be heard and believed, etc., whatever the case may be. There's lots of dangers as well as good things that can be done with anything. Look at the wheel. The wheel can be a great device. It was developed a little over a week ago, I think it was. And at the same time, too, it was also used at times as a torture or restraining device. And the industrial age, using gears, pulleys, and other things like that, if people didn't use their head or were drunk on the job, taking some kinds of drugs that don't make them function normally, you could end up with people maimed to killed by our machinery. It's a real thing. In my early days of computing, I had to work on unit record equipment. One of the things they told you to do not wear a real necktie. You wear a clip-on tie. Why? Because if it gets caught in the equipment, you lose a tie, not your life. So this is, again, gets somewhat into common sense that a lot of people either never learned or forgot how to have common sense about a lot of things. And computers have their good side, they have their bad side. We just have to accept both realities and be cautious about some of the things that it can be used bad for. Kind of be, I guess you could say, pessimistic about what you see on the screen, because it might be some kind of a scam going on. Whatever. Any other comments?
Nope.
Boy, you're talkative. Too much. All right, I'm gonna hang on for 1 second. I'm gonna stop the recording.